Hello again, it's Gail here from Ornamentology. Following on in this little selection of journals that I made from bags that normally have wine bottles in over Christmas. You know, we seem to get inundated with those, don't we, sometimes? My charity shop certainly was at the top of my road. So I've got a few of them, and I've made a red one, a silver one, and a sparkly gold one. And this is the silver offering. So this is called All Things Ice. And here it is. This was a little, all of these things have been thrifted, found, given, or handed over, or just generally found in my stash, really. This little frame I found in the charity shop, I think it was supposed to be for a doll's house. It had got the most ghastly picture in it. So I took that out and I put this sequined tulle in here. These are remnants from the wedding industry. They throw out a phenomenal amount of good fabric and beautiful resources, and I just have a whole wodge of it. This is a piece of ribbon that was round a Christmas present, I think, for myself a year or two ago, but you know, I keep bits of ribbon. You can imagine what it's like at my house. There's some little padded stars here that again came round something, and a bit of trim, and this says Joyous Noel. I'm sure that's not how you say it. My French is not good. Now in here is a mixture of all sorts of things. This is a vintage Christmas card. I think this one was 1930 something. Again, a bit more of that night before Christmas. Another vintage Christmas card here. I think this one was a 1930s one. They were very austere then, Christmas cards, and it was very, it's old, so where it was folded was a little bit sorry for itself. So I put in a bit of writing, down the chimney St Nicholas came, it said, and then here he is, old St Nick. And my friend very kindly lent me a few bits of Christmas paraphernalia from her card making stock. So I cut out these bits of mistletoe, found these little pearly berries and put those on. There's some paper that I got from the charity shop. There was like a paper pack that had all sorts of bits of bobs in, and I should have used that as a page. Here's another one of those vintage Christmas cards. I mean, how beautiful is that? It's very nice. And I've kind of made it into a little fold out. So there's paper to write your lists on, because, you know, Christmas time, you get a bit listified, don't you, really? Some little tags. So it says Jolly Holly. Another one that says Let It Snow. This is another one of those little booklets that's about Stir Up Sunday and a recipe for a Biro Xmas cake, a Biro birthday cake, which is particularly similar, and a Christmas pudding. In the 1960s, which is when that book was printed, Xmas was what they used to call Christmas. It was all a bit strange in the 60s and 70s in England. So here's some more writing paper for you, because, you know, there's always plenty of lists to be made. And this is another Christmas time. This is a sundial from St Paul's Churchyard in London. It's just pretty, isn't it? And it just says, you know, time flies and all of that business. This is a bit from another Christmas card that was so friable it fell to bits. Little piece of stuff that you can actually punch a hole in and use as a tie on a parcel. A little bit of writing paper with just a little fussy cut stocking. It just seemed like a good idea at the time, so I did it. Let's put that in there like that. If I don't put them back as I go along, I get into a frightful muddle, I have to say. Some blue paper, because I just found it. It's a nice texture. It feels nice, and you can write on the back because it's the ubiquitous brown paper. I put some ledger paper in here because of the fact that it's got red stripes on it, and it kind of went with the theme, really. Here's some more of that Boston debossed tracing paper. I just love the feel of it, and it kind of crunkles. It's quite friable though, so I quite like that, because, you know, Christmas can be quite a friable time, I think. You know, maybe not friable, but a bit worrying, because, you know, you're sometimes stuck in a house with people that you don't always get on with, and it can be a pleasure and a pain in equal measure sometimes, can't it? Anyway, let's get off that topic. This is a bit more of that ledger paper, and a reprint of a postcard. Again, plenty of writing space. This here is a card to Tony and all at Brentwood from Charles, Grace and family, wishing you a bright and joyous Christmas. Along the highway of success, may fortune be your guide. Each day be filled with happiness, and gladness still abide. It's a language from another time, isn't it, really? And then there's this just loose piece here. It's Christmas greetings from Mr. Brett to Dear Ma. I can't even read that, to be honest. It's, the ink is so faded, but it's just a little piece of just tucked in there, so you can take it out and do as you will with it. More of this, the other side of that postcard, some more ledger paper. I was a bit heavy on the ledger paper here because I just felt like it. Bit of tea dye paper. It went a bit splotty, that one. Some more of this, just a little sticky on thing. It's three-dimensional. I found some bits and bobs that did that, so I kind of cut them out and did them. Some more kind of quite heavy card, bit of bluish paper, this kind of interesting thing that opens up so you can write lists on, something that you can tuck things in if you want to. I haven't tucked anything in here. Oh, I have. What am I talking about? I've tucked this in here. It's a piece of paper to write on, and I've just put this. "'Tis the most wonderful time of the year." For some people, not for others. I appreciate that Christmas can be very polarising, and so if you're upset by this, I'm awfully sorry. There's some way you can tuck stuff under there if you want to. I don't want to dismiss it quite like that, because I understand that it can be hard going. "To wish you happiness this Christmas, health and prosperity in the coming new year." Now, we could all do with a bit of that, couldn't we? And this is from A.E. Ashbridge. They were frightfully formal, weren't they, in the 30s, I think, 20s and 30s and 40s. A bit more about Santa. This is a new book. Well, not particularly new, because I got it from the charity shop. And then I found these stamps that I thought were quite interesting. There's a one with our Queen on, or our late Queen on, and just things that just kind of went with the theme, really. And so that folds over there like that. It's quite plain at the back, but you could tuck something in there if you felt inclined. Let me tether it together. It's quite a robust book, I have to say. Plenty of writing space. This ties around here quite firmly so that it doesn't all get away. And you know, it's a mixture of vintage, modern, quite sparkly, quite shiny. So it kind of tickles quite a lot of boxes, I think. And it's called All Things Ice, because it does look kind of icically and sort of frosty, I think. And it's 45 of your hard-earned pounds. Even the little strings for the tags, they feel so soft and silky, but again, they're that kind of icy grey colour. And this is just a piece of trim. I mean, it's just ridiculously over the top, but I suppose if you're going to do over the top at all, it's Christmas is when you do it. Anyway, there it is. It's called All Things Ice, and it's available when you are. Size, I would imagine it's pretty much the same size as the other one. Let's test out the theory. Well, hang on a minute, it's bigger. It's 5.5, not by much, by 5. So it's not a great deal different, and it's quite fat. How fat is it? About 1.5 inches. Do you want that in centimetres? You probably do, for the centimetre peoples in you. So that's 14 centimetres by 13 centimetres, and it's available. So if you're interested in this, if you notice inside here, look, there's just a dove that's put on here. It's debossed and bossed. I forgot to mention that on the way past, but there it is. It's available when should you love it and require it, and we shall go from there. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye now.